Fuck. Hello, everybody, and welcome in.
Oh.
How's it going?
Hi, everybody.
I am Blank, the Game Master Referee, and
You have to say
guy?
this is Shades of Scarlet, our weekly
oh yeah.
actual play podcast. And
Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's episode of Shades of Scarlet, our weekly Cyberpunk RED tabletop RPG and podcast that airs every Saturday here on twitch.tv/SavesVerseDeath at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. I am Blank, the Game Master Referee, and something else. I don't have the notes open. Cause thinking shoes do not work.
Thinking
Oh.
shoes
We need time
don't
to
load
power
next.
up.
Yeah, just a little bit. Okay.
Hey, Val. Hey, LCC.
And don't stop me now. With me today is Jess as Mogsy11,
Hey guys.
crusading media, who is burning at 200 degrees. I don't know this song. Sorry.
It's the same song. It's a different part.
Oh, I only know like very small amount of lyrics. Anyway, Games is Wraith, the rocker star who is likely Lady Godiva.
Who is like Lady Godiva.
Yeah.
Whatever. Hades as Deeks.
Hello.
The Netrunner, also known as Mr. Fahrenheit. I'm sorry, I don't know this song well enough to sing the lyrics, otherwise I would.
It's all good.
Did you say hi?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Ada as Checkers,
Hello.
the supersonic tech. And not with us today is Giffy as Quinn, the solo who just wants to have a good time. I know that
Just
part.
having
A good time. Having a good time. I'll pass it on. Goodbye.
Hello. As you know, for the last 5 years, we've been wholly professional every time we do this. And we can only keep that level of professionalness because of your support. So we want to say thank you. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for
Thank you
liking.
for being a friend.
Friend.
Thank you for being a friend. That's all. Keep up the good work, everybody. With that, I'm going to pass it on to Ada for the dark future.
As you guys all know, this is a dark future, which means that while we do ridiculous things quite often, Wraith, I'm looking at you, we also face some extremely dark things and occasionally do them ourselves, which means that it can get a little iffy. We have tools to make sure our comfort levels are taken care of, but we can't do that for everybody. So if something's disturbing you, please step away for 15 minutes, take care of yourself, chill. Hopefully we'll be done when you get back. We usually are.
Usually.
We're pretty
With
quick.
that, next time on, or this time on Shades of Scarlet. Technically,
Last time
it
on.
is the next time.
Isn't this the last time?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Tonight's episode would be this time. What happened last time? Oh, shit, I don't remember.
Ooh, no.
Stuff.
Things and stuff happened. Oh, yeah, no, I
The
remember.
smog ended.
Yeah.
Yes, the smog is finally lifted. The inversion smog.
In time for
And-
some acid rain.
Oh yeah, just in time for acid rain, right? Yeah. Which, you know, goes together. Like peas and carrots. But we also have Mendez visit the team after Moxie does some intense research, or not research, decryption on some files from the data she got from the arcade. Mendes tells the team that the captain, can't
Lieutenant,
remember now. I think it's sergeant. But might be captain.
Master at Arms.
I think it is captain. It is captain.
It's captain. If
It's
it's the person that was,
It's the person in charge of the precinct. So
yeah.
pretty sure that's captain. Has is fine and has some footage to share. She shares the footage of the inside of that warehouse that she was scoping out. And it is revealed that the warehouse is filled with the Arasaka mechanized units. And the Maelstrom gang, this little subgroup, is watching it. Mendes asked to be led on what's going on. And after some discussion and debate among the team, they decide to kind of fill him in. They also look at, or talk about, I guess, their plans moving forward. Sort of. I think. I don't know. What'd you guys?
Yeah, we got on the same page and then kind of figured out where we're going.
Sure. Okay. Cool. So I'm not misremembering things. I think that was.
You did not decide where you were going. Moxie's like, make a plan, decide where you're going. You guys like, we're gonna do these tasks we already had planned.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the plan.
We are executing the already plan that was done.
Well, you're almost done.
We also decided to sell the truck, I believe.
Or rent the truck.
Yeah.
Yes. That's true. You wanted... who'd you ask? Sparkles? No.
No.
You're going to wait till...
talk to the nomads.
That's right. Checker's going to talk to... Yeah. Murphy's friends.
We went and got the net architecture out of the truck, though.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you did get that. That's true. Okay. I think it's evening on Friday, June 30th. What would you guys like to do? Sun is setting in the background.
Sorry, my mic was muted.
Oh.
I have plans to go help Swag.
Oh, right. That's right.
Deeps, were you coming with me for that, or was it just me?
Yes, I believe that was the plan.
Okay.
Gotta execute.
Okay. Nice. Did you decide where you're going to meet?
I just assumed it was at Swag's bar.
Yeah,
Okay.
he didn't specify, but the implication was to come to Scanity.
Okay. Cool. Well, then we can go ahead and do that. Sorry. You guys, get together at some point and head into the Archer. Driving down to the Scanity parking lot. It's Friday evening. The bar's actually pretty lively. People on virtual pool tables, playing the arcade cabinets and drinking, talking. You weave through the crowd, making your way up to the main bar where typical bartender baby is serving out drinks. She recognizes you, obviously, gives you an up nod and wave, says, "What can I get you?"
Can I get a beer?
Same, I think.
All right, 2 beers. She cracks open 2 beers and slides them over to you. Says, "Swag's down in his fort."
All right, thanks. I'll slap 20 down.
Thank you.
She says, "Oh, thank you." You guys head to the back area, into Swag's his virtue cutting room, I guess. I don't know what to call it. His lab. We'll say that.
Yes.
Where you can see some of the many of the monitors that Swag has, like have you guys ever seen Swordfish? You know, that giant ridiculous computer that he's at with 100 monitors? That's kind of what I picture Swag's office looking like here. What only this time, there's Rory, Lauren Cross, I think is her name. I have too many NPCs and it's hard to keep them all straight. There's like 100 doctors, I think. Lauren Cross and I guess Jamalia would be here looking over the I'm sorry, she's co-opted at least half of these freaking monitors to review. You can kind of see, like, she's kind of tracking things on the monitor. It's this 3D mesh wire overlay of a brain and different highlighted neural pathways, glowing a dull gold color. And Swag's over there, just kind of watching at the moment. When you guys walk in, and he says, "Oh, hey, how are you guys doing? What's up?" He gets up out of his chair, goes up to Deeps, gives you a big, like, high five, back pat.
Oh, yes, I was expecting an exact, like, fist bump maneuver.
Yeah. He does the same to you, Checkers. He's like, "What's up, baby girl?"
Not much. She sort of pats.
He says, okay. So, what's up? What are you doing?
I was here to help it for a meeting. I don't know.
Oh, right.
Remember, you asked me to help?
Yeah, right. I kind of thought that was canceled.
I
Sorry.
asked you if you still want me to come and
Oh, I
and
mean,
hang out, and you said yes.
right. Yeah. I'm sorry. What's going on here?
I don't know.
You can see Cross in the back, Dr. Cross going, just giving you guys it's kind of like a mix of mild interest and and mild annoyance all at the same time.
The usual.
He says, "Oh, right. Well, I guess I could use some help with this thing." He walks you over to his section of the monitors, where he's got, the screen up. He says, "So one of the things that we were looking at that we need to understand is what exactly the pay data is. I've managed to kind of see what it's doing in the brain, but I think it will, or at least Cross thinks it'll be incredibly helpful if we understood what the data is. So I was hoping, maybe we could decrypt it. And then for you, Checkers, well, I've got this kind of dummy brain set up so we can see how it's working exactly, but it's I could use maybe some tuning or something if you know how to work with these kind of gizmos.
Okay. I can try.
Okay. So he lets you take the captain's chair deep, which is this giant oversized like Scrooge McDuck chairs.
Yes.
Except for on wheels. And then says, "Yeah, right here. If you want to take a look, see if you can crack that."
Yeah, I'll take a look around to see what everything's going on, trying to see if there's anything to correlate into that, and then I will take a crack at decrypting.
What do you mean by correlate?
Well, like there's a lot of data on the screen, and they're wanting me to decrypt that data. So, like in my mind, I'm seeing a lot of stuff feeding in, but like there's all this over here, and like I just want to take it all in for a second to see what I can do, and then I'll focus in on that screen.
Okay.
That's how I picture it. Like,
Gotcha. Sure.
And then
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
You see a few scrolling monitors with garbled character data, essentially, just rolling by on the screen. Almost like kind of like a Matrix type style thing. They're just looking at the raw data of the encrypted messages. There are some bits of the pay data that are just in some sort of a binary format, which would be like for headers. And you could look into those, and that would probably be your easiest starting place to get a place to go. That wouldn't take much. You could probably, I wouldn't even make you roll that one. It'd just take you a little bit of time.
So, like, if I'm to guess, like looking at the screens and everything and thinking, okay, so we need one screen to actually have interpretive data on it so that people can understand it, while everything else is being fed the raw data.
Yeah.
So what I would like to do is do that with the header, like you said, with the easy stuff first, and then just keep working down the list of sending it to readable or understandable thing on another screen.
Okay. Sure. That makes sense. Gotcha.
But I do the easy stuff first, mostly because it shows that I'm doing something.
Nice. Nice.
Would you like me to roll just a generic roll for that to start? Or...
No, just take time.
Okay.
Not even that much. Checkers, you're walked over to the place where he's got the brain, which is basically just an inverted trode net that attaches to the inside of a BD wreath. Just kind of the receptors, and what it's doing is mimicking somebody wearing the headset.
Okay.
He says, so there are certain transmissions that are received and rejected because I think it's not really a biological brain. It must detect some difference. So I was thinking, well, I don't know. I'm not very good with this kind of thing. So I was wondering if there was any way we could maybe trick it better.
Got any like data on what happens when it rejects it?
Oh, the chip just sends back like a 404, essentially. It's like like a internal error, not found.
I'm wondering what it is it's sensing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just let me fiddle with it for a bit. See what I can do.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm just gonna get right in there and start messing with it. What would you like me to roll?
What are you trying to do exactly right now?
Well, I mean, the first thing is to figure out how it is registering. Like, what is it registering as false, not human, or not a brain?
Okay.
So I would be, I guess, checking over the setup to see if I could find any faults, and then it would be a matter of sort of like trial and error to see where the mess up is happening.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. I guess this would be cybertech.
Okay. Do I get field expertise?
I believe so, but I don't remember. Yes, you do.
Okay, 19.
19. It's pretty decent. Okay, that'll take you some time. Flipping back over to Hades. Yeah, you're able to find out the pay data, which actually might be helpful for Checkers as she does her work. But you do see the messages that oh my god, Swag was just talking about. You see incoming headers. It looks like it's executing some protocol, or it's like a, what does they call
like a checksum?
No, that would be checking to make sure the data's good. This would be RPM, remote procedure. It's running it's making a software call remotely. To your thing, to to your device, to your unit, to the chip that you have in your possession. And then the chip is actually returning the 404. Not found. You'd say this happens about, honestly, something like 90% of the time. 80 to 90%. So some are making it through, some are not.
All right. Checkers. Would it help to call out what's working and what's not when you fiddle with it?
Yes, please.
All right.
Okay.
Tell me what you're doing, and I'll call out if there's a change.
Sounds good.
I will say also, Deeps, that there it is calling a program on the chip, which are not in the common files. You're guessing, given that you're an experienced netrunner, that it's some sort of microcode that's actually physically on the chip.
Oh, wow. So it's not, you're saying it's not in the storage space of the normal files.
Yeah, it's like a hardware thing. And this is not something you noticed earlier when you were looking at schematics, I think, earlier, like a
Yeah.
long time ago. You might have missed it, or something's changed.
Okay.
But
Swag.
he comes over to look.
Look, man, I think there's some. We got something actually hard coded in here. This ain't normal.
He says, "Oh, shit. Yeah, you're right. Huh. I must have missed that. I guess I thought it was a capacitor or something."
No, I hear you, man. I think I missed it the first time too. That's very sneaky.
Yeah. Well, if we can find out what it's supposed to, or maybe we can decrypt these incoming packets and see if maybe
Yeah, I was wondering if
find
we
out
might be
what
able
it
to.
does on there.
I'm wondering if, was given some time, we could create a filter so we could actually read it as it's going through. Like,
Yeah, that sounds cool. I don't know much about doing anything like that, but you could, right?
maybe. Can always try.
And by the way, I'll give you a +2 for his help checkers, so you'll get a 21 on your roll.
Okay.
Would you guys like to, or would you checkers like to spend a mulligan luck, which is 2 luck points? Because you're at 21, but you need to get over that to get to 22.
Yeah,
Or you,
okay.
Okay, spend 2 luck, and then you'll
Okay.
get to 22. And the group of you, all 3 of you, got to work together for the next 2 hours or so, trying to tinker with this thing, figure out what works and what doesn't. And as you're kind of modulating checkers, I guess you're kind of replicating different bioelectrical signals that get sent back through the BD wreath.
Okay.
You do manage to get a data packet that you assume would have been rejected
Okay.
back, and you're able to capture it. But let's see if Deeps can actually decrypt this thing and figure out kind of like what kind of encryption key they're using.
Is
In
this
the
time
meantime.
passage like a hacker's montage?
Yes.
Oh, I hope so.
Like, looking at charts and
Yes.
And just hacking on the fly. That doesn't make any sense. All right.
and then
So now I
zoom
get
in
to
on you
roll.
clicking execute.
Yes. Enter. That'll be the finale, right? All right. What should I roll for this? Let's see here. Basic tech? Electronic security tech?
This would be actually cryptography.
Okay, that works. I'm gonna spend 4 luck.
Okay.
$22.
Oh, you were lucky. That's good.
I'm glad I spent the luck. I've rolled not great.
I can't give you the whole packet. But you can kind of get an idea of the beginning. And the reason I can't give you the whole packet yet is because you need to well, actually, does this make sense? I think it's just gonna take a long time to do. The problem is it's probably gonna take you guys at least 6 to 8 hours to do this.
I was expecting all night after we started this project. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, it feels like an all or nothing type thing to me. Sorry. So you do manage to do that after a while, but Checkers, what are you doing? Because you have like 2 hours after you kind of figure out your thing, where you capture the one thing.
Is there
The
any way
one
I could
packet.
like reinforce that to potentially strengthen the chances of catching another packet?
This would be this would be one of your other roll abilities.
Upgrade?
Probably upgrade. Yeah, it would be upgrade.
Okay. Then that is what I'll be working on.
Okay. Go ahead and make the tech plus tech skill.
Is it still cybertech?
Yes, it would be still cybertech.
I'm gonna spend 2 more luck on this. $17.
Um, 17.
The issue here is I have a big fat 0 in cybertech.
Oh, you have a 0? So you have no experience with this? You're supposed to get a -1.
But I've done it before
You've done it
in
before.
this game.
Okay. geez, do you want to spend another 2 luck?
Can I at all assist, or am I stuck doing that?
You're stuck doing your thing. I guess
Okay.
swag can help you though, so that would give you the +2.
Okay.
Yeah, otherwise he's just kind of sitting around with his dick in his hand or something. I don't know. Which does sound like a very swag thing to do, but this actually does kind of interest him. So, he could help you, and he is a tech. So, yeah, we can give you the +2 for swag's help.
Okay.
Which does give you above the difficulty. So yeah, we'll say you spend the 4 hours kind of retrofitting this thing to do that same thing. I wouldn't say that it's 100% success rate. In fact,
Yeah.
it's not. But you have, before it was like 90% of these getting rejected. Now it's down to like 75% or so.
Okay.
Yeah. Which you do over some time. Now, going back to Deeps, you said you were trying to decrypt this package. And you do manage to decrypt a package. It is calling instruction sets on the CPU. And what it is doing is trying to think of what to tell you here exactly. Well, I guess I'll start with confirming what you already know, which it is calling different algorithms that would access those parts of the brain that Crossley mentioned, the hippocampus. And you also get prefrontal cortex and the amygdala. So it's doing some sort of thing. But what's interesting about it is employing a highly efficient algorithm and this is why the failure rate is so high. It is deploying an algorithm that would maps different neural pathways inside of the brain. This is faster than anything you've seen. It's like mapping the brain so it knows exactly where to go to get what it needs to do to get its job done. There's no images or anything like that. There's no text. It's just calling this algorithm and then mapping the brain and then triggering some sort of impulse to go and make modifications to that sort of the brain, excite it or depress it. This causes Crossley to go, or Cross, to look over your shoulder at that. And she says, "It's incredibly fast." It looks like what they're doing is reading long-term memories and maybe coming back with some sort of perhaps a behavioral well, have you ever heard of Pavlov's dog?
General education.
Sort of.
Yes.
Okay. Well, essentially, they are going through and activating reward centers in the brain given specific criteria that this user has already experienced in the past, and reinforcing that behavior through repeated repeated rewards.
So it's like creating its own memory.
Not quite. No. What it's nothing that serious. It is reading the data from the memory or your memories, and then going back and retroactively tying in a chemical reaction, like a. I guess it is kind of a little bit.
Like
It's more like modifying the memory, so that way you have felt some sort of thing that may have been superficial about something that happened in the past.
So it would be like if I went and ate the same cereal where I felt good about it every single time, and then it's taking the memory of feeling good and overriding, and it's saying that this is also good.
Correct. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, you would be right. You would be seeing a memory where there was a good experience and then copying that memory over to this one. That's a good way to explain it.
And it's like having
or copying that feeling.
Or the chemical release in your brain of like serotonin and
well, it's not literally a time travel, so it can't actually modify whatever chemicals you felt at the time. But what it is doing is triggering the memory of that experience of that chemical deployment.
Okay.
That is tied with certain other memories. Does that make sense?
Yes. How else would you get somebody to like something that they didn't like before? Through electrical stimulation. They'd already have to have that coded in their brain already. Otherwise, you'd have to implant something in them, and this is just stealing another person's code. So, in a sense, it's just it's programming, reprogramming something to work.
Exactly, retroactively.
Yeah, which I mean, coders do that all the time in a lot of ways. If it's good code.
Holy shit.
So it's really kind of erasing the line between the human computer.
In a way.
We're getting really close.
I have ice. I'll try not to crunch it. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Holy shit, man. Takes a drink of my warm beer because I've neglected it.
You guys all kind of sit there in silence, just kind of processing that for a minute. Rory says, "So what do we do about it?"
Well, it's physically on each chip, so I can't. We'd have to destroy the chips, I think.
Or gain control of the main distributor network.
Yeah.
if I could understand how that algorithm works, because that is the quickest I've seen.
Well, I could work on that.
I'm gonna have no. Are you a neuroscientist?
I could be soon.
Right. Just trivialize decades of hard work.
I didn't say I'd be
Sure.
good at it.
That is an understatement. But I'm going to look. It's at least given me a place that I can start researching, because I was running into a brick wall.
Well, what if I just it's a lot of code, right?
Yes, on a micro level. It's on. You said it's on the chip.
Right,
It's-
physically.
Yeah.
It's running through the CPU. I'm just trying to figure out what the next thing to do would be. I mean, what I'm asking is there, since we're actually looking at the raw code with the algorithm, do you just need time to research it?
Just so we're clear, you're not looking at the raw code. What you're
Okay.
doing is looking at an encrypted packet of instructions.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So
Do we need?
This thing is telling the chip, hey, go do this one.
Would you be able to, assuming that you pulled the chip, would you be able to dump the ROM? Decompiling it would be a whole nother thing, but would you be able to dump the ROM off of the chip now that you know where it's at?
Yeah, I wouldn't see why not.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Would there be a way to extract the data that is being sent through physical means into another system so that it would be just in both and we could watch it in real time?
Sorry, say that one more time.
Well, like, are we watching it because you say we're intercepting the data packets, right?
You are intercepting the data packets, yeah. Yep. So you can see, okay, so I guess to get a clearer picture, you can see now that these encrypted data packets have come in. It kicked off these things. And what we were saying before is certain data packets would come in, start going through to the brain, to those centers that I was talking about, but then essentially get rejected and sent back. So it looks like what they're doing is so you see the data packet come in through the inverse TrodeNet or whatever. You get the code that says all the procedure calls. Procedure calls kick the chip into going into the brain. Then you see on the other screens with the brain, you see those neurons getting lit up and then stop, and the return packet is sent with like it says a 404, but really it's like 500 or something.
So what we really, Doc, what you're saying is do we need a clear picture of the data packets both going and coming? So we just need a clearer picture to get more understanding of these algorithms?
We need a real brain.
That's what I was worried you were going to say.
the algorithm seems smart enough on most cases to reject a brain that it determines isn't real. I mean, we can keep monitoring. We only have this one, and Checkers has kindly fixed our hardware, quote unquote, so we can give it some time and see if we can see a complete transaction.
Yes, thank you. That's what I was trying to think of. Is do we need to see more complete transactions to understand it better?
Maybe. It might help. I won't say that. But I need to understand how that algorithm works if we ever hope to undo it without having direct access to their whatever, their transmitter plus this, we would have to understand how to deploy the instruction set. That's where actually, I'll take it back a little bit. If we were able to catch a bunch of transactions, we could probably predict which ones it's calling under certain circumstances and see if there's any patterns there. But
I think that would be the first step, right? Before we try, because otherwise we'd have to get somebody to wear the wreath, right?
yeah. Mm-hmm. The good news is, well, actually, I don't know if it's good news. The good news is that I don't think it's like, and I've said this before, I don't think it's not direct mind control.
It's highly suggestive.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's making things that you might not have loved love.
Yes.
Which isn't mind control per se. Direct.
Isn't it though?
It is.
I guess what I'm saying is it doesn't put somebody behind the joystick of your brain.
No, but it might make it that somebody you didn't like before is now somebody you do, so you wouldn't want to actually hurt them. So in a sense, it doesn't mean you couldn't override it if they did something that's super detrimental. But yes, I see what you're saying.
Exactly.
So this leaves us in the boat of, with more information and time, you might have a way to stop this. But as of right now, even if, say, it was someone in the room who jacked into this thing, you couldn't.
Right. You could tell them what is happening, but it wouldn't. I mean, I don't know. Actually, I don't know enough to make that call. I would highly recommend don't. We don't understand it well enough right now.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, there's no at the moment, there's no we could possibly reverse this, or we could reverse this.
At the moment, that's a true statement.
Okay. Because I don't know about you guys, but I'm not up for this, for any kind of testing that involves someone actually plugging in.
It's highly unethical. I agree. I have some research to do now.
Yeah.
Do you have any more questions for me?
Oh God. I don't. Not right now. But I'm sure there's some that'll come up.
Right. As you kids like to say, stay frosty, and I will see you later. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thanks, Doc.
She makes her way out.
Yes, that was my Quinn impression of the night.
Well, fuck.
I mean, realistically, the way it's described to me, we could reverse it by doing the exact opposite to. I mean, we could create just as much as you can create happy memories, you could create bad memories. So it could go both ways.
Yeah, but I think that's where the whole getting access to the actual transmitter and then,
Right.
I mean,
Yeah, I
Wait.
think that's why she said she wants to understand the algorithm.
yeah, exactly.
What if we inject a packet of our own to go back to the source?
That's your boathouse, man.
Swag
You think
says,
you
I
can
don't
track
know
it?
anything about that. What are you trying to do?
Well, you said it's from a transmitted source. So if we found our own packets and we could kind of hijack their packets and just add a little bit of code to it if it was returned, we might be
like
able to track it.
yeah,
Basically like a mini GPS.
yeah, like a trace route.
It would be hard to. I don't know enough about the. Maybe I would have to. I have to research it. I might need help with that. I don't know if I can handle it, and that's a weird thing for me to say.
Yeah, it is.
Hmm.
So it can make you love something that you didn't love before. That's sort of what she described it doing, right?
Yes.
Rory says, yeah, that's what she was saying.
Okay, but it's not hijacking your body.
Yep.
So these aren't the ones, like the people who have done this aren't the ones who have come after us physically.
Rory just stares at you. He has no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I was thinking about that as well with the. I believe it was the subway station.
Yeah.
So that would mean that they were sent messages of us being bad. So they did go both ways if that would be thought about.
I don't know. I mean,
Or there's two different things going on.
yeah, I think that's a little more likely because if they were using that on us, where'd we get all the support in the Nook?
You know, you think, wasn't there somebody else who was under mind control that we know of that attacked us?
Rory just shrugs.
I mean, Moxie had that person she helped from
Excuse me.
Jackal's Lantern, right? I don't remember them attacking us.
I know. I was thinking. What was his name? He was a solo. But if done under the right circumstances, I believe you could turn this easily into a very dangerous weapon. Like, even more dangerous than most.
I mean, that's fair. But like I said, if they wanted to use this to take away our support, it would be really easy, and they haven't. So either they're playing a twisted game in which they're telling everyone in the Nook to love us or support us or whatever, or they can't do that. They can't change it.
Or the source who created it sold it to Sokka and other people.
Like Sokka isn't responsible for the programming.
Or the person working for Sokka sold it to other Continental. Raises a lot of questions.
I mean, at this point, we got to take it back to everybody else.
Yeah,
But
I don't think there's. I mean, I'll leave it. I mean, Swag, as long as it's okay with you, I'd like to catch a few more packets and see if there's any difference before we shut it down. But I don't really feel like there's a whole lot more I can do.
Yeah, I mean, we can keep it running.
Checkers, what do you feel? Like, is there anything better we can do here?
You said like 8 hours, correct? To do all of this?
I think 6.
So it's like
It was. I think I said it was 6 hours, and Deeps did his thing in 2, so those overlap a little bit. So it's just 6.
Okay. So it's late, or kind
Yeah,
of
because
late?
it was. I think you came. It's about 11. I guess not late. Depending. I'm old, so that's late. For me.
See, I was expecting it to be like 1 to 3 in the morning right now.
Yeah.
No, it's still 11. It's only like 11. I mean, if we like wanted to count for some like behind the things that happened that didn't happen, that's probably closer to 12. But either way, it's not too late.
Okay. I think getting more packets if we can is better. More information is always better. And we need to talk to the others about it. And I think it needs some time to sink in. If that makes any sense. So for the moment, yeah, let's try and get as many packets as we can.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we can just keep it running, and I can set the thing to capture them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Let's do that.
For now, at least. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, man. Hey, thanks for your help.
Yeah, that was fun. Hella
Something-
interesting.
Dude, I never seen this shit before. It's super cool.
That's some
If it wasn't so-
sophisticated tech.
It wasn't so damn scary, but shit,
Pretty
always
scary.
goes hand in hand. Yeah.
Good thing I stopped eating kibble like years ago.
Yeah?
Nah, I still have some sometimes.
I didn't. Yeah. Well, hey, man. But something also important. If you got a movie or something coming up, like I have an agent now, so
Oh shit!
moving on up.
Wow. So
But
you're
I
going
will-
into the big leagues.
Yeah, like I just need you to know that in case you want to have some, bigger names in your shit.
Okay. Who do I contact then? Do you got a card?
Yeah, I'll swipe the deets over.
Takes it. Wow. Okay. Well, shit, man. Look at you.
Yeah, I mean, we got a whole studio. We're moving on up. We're gonna go global. It's all part of the bigger picture.
You're starting to sound like Wraith. Like not just a little bit, like a whole lot, like Wraith.
Sorry. Well, that's what it is. He talks about the bigger picture all the time. I assume that's what it is.
Have you ever thought that maybe Wraith doesn't know what the bigger picture is?
No.
Because I mean, what is the bigger picture?
It's anything you want it to be.
No, I mean, what's his version of the bigger picture? Because I've never been very clear on that.
I think all his friends and family happy and healthy in the Nook.
Yeah, see, that's where I run into issues because I don't know how when he references the bigger picture, he's actually talking about that.
Oh, I don't know if he actually is most of the time. But sometimes you have to wade through what he says to know what he's really saying, if you know what I mean.
I do listen to his music.
Exactly.
Or he says, I think you probably should start thinking about what that small pictures are like.
Maybe just a little bit.
Make like a fucking mosaic.
Are you saying to go from the small pictures to the big picture?
Yeah, that's about it.
Hmm.
I don't know. None of my fucking business.
You sure have a lot of small pictures go into the big picture.
I got lots of small pictures.
Okay, I think I'm lost now. I'm gonna message people and yeah, I think I want to go home
Yeah.
and,
Okay.
and not think about this for just a little while before my brain melts. So yeah, it was fun, Swag. It's interesting to see how this works because I've never really messed with it before.
Well, you did a damn good job. I mean, I only had to guide you a little bit.
Attack. It's like the only thing I do.
You don't need to be defensive about it. I was giving you a compliment.
I know. I just don't. Never mind. I'm tired. I'm feeling very weird. I'll message you later.
Yeah, sure, girl. You have a good night.
You too.
Good to see you. gives you high five, pulls you in for a hug.
Again, awkward pat.
You get 2 hearty slaps on the back before he moves over to Deeps and does the same.
Except for I'm going to be way more animated.
Okay.
Same thing back.
Rory takes off as well. Let's flip over to Wraith or Boxy. What are you guys doing during the 6 hours?
I'm probably screwing around, honestly.
What?
Everybody had important missions to do, and when we broke for the meeting, I was like, all right, let's go do our thing. And I was like, fuck am I going to do? Maybe clean my apartment a little bit, maybe watch some TV.
Cream.
Korean soaps?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. I don't have a Korean soap planned. I had, but you were watching the Spanish ones before, and I had like a whole series set for that.
Oh, if one of my shows is airing an episode, I'll watch it.
All right, hold on. What was it called? El Dorado? No. What was it called?
I do not remember.
La
though I probably should.
Passion de
Oh,
something, wasn't it?
La Pasión. It was like the golden passion.
Can you just search for telenovela?
Maybe.
Telenova.
Fuck. Well, I have episodes for this. I'll get back to you.
Okay, just know that I'm watching them.
Okay. What are you doing, Jess?
Did Jenny ever DM me back?
And you're doing it with your burner, right?
Probably through her laptop, if possible.
Oh, so you're going through the garden messaging system or whatever it is?
That's what we determined, yep.
Okay. Well, I don't remember. I mean, it's hard detail to remember. Yeah, you get a message back. It just says, nah. Wanted to, didn't.
Got things for you.
It's a long pause. Like what?
Stuff from your old apartment.
Where would you like to meet?
Jess is failing really hard, but Moxie wants to confirm that this is Jenny and not just someone posing as Jenny.
Okay.
So when Moxie sent it, she did call her Powder Puff.
Sure.
So is there some, I don't know, restaurant that has bear in the title where she can be like, oh, let's meet at that place that's related to your brother? Or that your brother went to all the time? Would that something akin to that work out? Dude, I'm just returning stuff. Say yes. Been trying to do this for 5 fucking years. Just say yes, that's fine.
Sure. Well, I'm just trying to
Thank
think of specifically what to say. That's all.
The
I
unbearable.
mean, the bear thing would work. I just
The unbearable
not sure how to-
something. I don't know.
and you capitalized the word bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Or, there's an unbearable coffee shop that I near me. Or that he went to. Something. Anything. I don't
Sure.
Cool.
This sounds like cryptology to me. You're speaking in code.
I guess you get back Kenner?
You had a different name for him though, didn't you?
Maybe. Dude, come on.
No, just as long as she's getting that, because anybody could have researched that Jenny was linked to Kenner. Like that's easier information.
Sure,
Knowing
but
that they called themselves Powder Puff and Bear, that's all that. Like that's more limited to just them.
sure. I get what you're saying, but she's basically confirming, like, you sent out the message that said the bear in it. She's
sending you the
asking if
counter.
She's sending
Code.
you Kenner? Like, kind of confused. There's like an exclamation point, question mark.
Okay, I'm just gonna assume this is her then. If I walk into a trap, I fucking walk into a trap. Sure, let's meet there.
Well, you didn't mention his name, so I think it's pretty reasonable for you to assume that this would be her, unless they did like some deep dive research into what the nicknames are.
She's been MIA for months. I don't fucking know what happened to her.
Sure.
I have 3 corporations hunting me down, guy. You talk like my paranoia is unreasonable.
Yeah, just relax.
That's fair. Okay, so anyway, you're meeting at the Unbearable Coffee Shop.
Sure.
I'm just kidding. And yeah, you see the woman you recognize from the BD you took all those years ago. Months, I guess.
And then I saw at the Lantern.
Oh yeah, I guess you did meet her personally.
We did kind of free her from that situation.
I assume you, just so I'm clear on how to make her act when she comes into this place, you did tell her over the DMs, no, I'm sorry, right? You told her that you're not Kenner.
Yeah, I feel like Moxie, well, if she's going through her garden page, Moxie's handle would be Moxie11. Like, it's not...
Yeah, I understand that, but
if that's what you were getting at, yes, she would have confirmed that this is not Kenner. But she saw her brother dead on the table. She watched that. She was in the room when it happened.
I know.
Yeah,
but
okay.
That's
yeah, Moxie would have
makes her
confirmed
even more confused.
Not Kenner.
Okay. Okay. So you make your way into this coffee shop, Spicy Pete's, we'll call it.
Has unbearable coffee.
Yeah, that's true.
Works.
And there's Jenny waiting for you there, sitting at the table. Pair of overalls, short sleeve shirt, and kind of has these neon lights lining the straps and pockets.
Moxie's carrying an extra duffel bag and something in a rolled up in a tube. But she approaches, she gives a small smile.
She says, didn't expect you to reach out. Or have my stuff.
For you since you kind of took off.
Yeah. Well, after things went down, I didn't know what to do. I just
What
wanted
have you
to
been up to?
just you know, there's a lot of different places that need tech work.
Yeah.
So I headed out to the outskirts and just worked freelance for a while. Sorry I didn't say anything.
You don't know me anything?
I don't. I don't? I don't know.
So you saving up to leave or decided to stay?
I don't know what I'm doing. I lost everything, you know. Hasn't even been a year yet. So I'm just figuring it out.
You know what it's like to lose everything? Which is why I grabbed some things for you. First is this, and she takes an envelope out of a bag and tosses it onto the table towards her.
She'll open it.
There's $2,000 in cash.
Oh,
I'm not taking the money you gave me. I did it for your brother. I made him a promise.
okay.
It's never about money.
Well, thank you.
And she shrugs. Then she removes a possibly very familiar leather jacket that belonged to Rico.
Yeah, you
Puts
can
it on the
see
table.
when she sees the jacket, you know, her eyes kind of well up. And she takes it reverently. Runs her
His guitar
fingers.
pick's still inside.
Has the what? Guitar picks?
The guitar pick.
She'll go and look at it. Thumb it over in her hand.
Had the guitar too, but that got nicked. Kind of pissed.
This is enough. Thank you.
Moxie also gives her 2 BD chips, one that's labeled me and R, and one that's labeled just working.
She'll take the
And
BDs.
then Moxie puts the tube on the table that has the signed Kabuki's All-Star poster.
Okay.
Which is everything I took from that apartment. It's all of her stuff returned.
Except for the guitar.
Except for the guitar.
Yep.
Fucking Tiger Claw.
Oh, and I think you took cram from her apartment too, but
Well, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, except for that. I have 1 pill left if she really wants it.
No. You can see her cheeks flush a shade of pink when you give her the BD chips, and she says, "God, I hope you didn't watch these. That's embarrassing." Thank you.
I would do almost anything to have a piece of my family back, sir.
Well, now I feel like I owe you one. Can I get...
Nope.
Okay.
You don't. But if you absolutely feel like it, I would like to hire you to do some work if you've got time.
Like what?
How is your skill with armor?
I mean, it's basic stuff.
So, like, if I brought you a mimic kit, you could make the plate slightly more durable and then install it into a jacket?
Maybe? Yeah. I mean, yeah. No, I could do that. Yes.
Mm.
And how much would that run me?
I mean, you already gave me the $2,000 and a bunch of stuff that I wouldn't have had.
The $2,000 was yours. It's just returning what belonged to you.
Well, I don't know. I still wouldn't feel right.
All right. Well, how about we exchange deets? I'm using a Benephone right now. Eventually, I'll get mine back. When I have the stuff, we could meet up, and then if you could put it together for me, that'd be great.
Yeah, I can do that.
Great.
Oh God, now I gotta go before I cry. So, thanks.
Stay safe.
You too. Just gonna.
Moxie's gonna give like 5 minutes after she leaves just to make sure that all that space is there.
Sure.
Before she heads back.
Okay. And we will take our 10 here. So we will be back in a little bit, folks. See you. Well, hold on. Let me get ready. We'll see you in a bit. I think we're live. Hello, everybody. Okay. Cool. So, what's next? Wraith, what are you doing?
Is my show over?
Oh, yes, your show. I found the episodes.
Oh, good.
La Pasión Dorada.
And while I'm on the note of things, did I get a response from Veronica?
No, you did not. Unfortunately. Okay, so it gives you a brief recap of the first 4 episodes, because I think you watched at least 2 of them, but you caught it like 3 and 4.
Mid-episode, yeah.
Yeah. Which was Juan's betrayal, Aitana's capture, Alejandro's accident, and Diaz's domestic torture. We begin with episode 5. And now for La Pasión Dorada. Last time we left our heroes on the brink of disaster. Will Aitana escape the fiery trap Juan left her in? Will Diaz survive the wrath of the knife-wielding Valentina? And what will Don Alejandro do now that he knows his tragic accident was attempted murder? Stay tuned and find out. Scene is Aitana struggling against the ropes in the dark room. Smell of smoke fills the air. Juan has set the building on fire. She manages to tip her chair backward, shattering a glass bottle on the floor. With agonizing effort, she uses a shard of the glass to slice through her bindings, cutting her own hands in the process. Coughing, and covered in soot, she kicks in the door and stumbles out into the rainy night, looking back at the burning building. "He missed one," she whispers to the flames, "and I never miss."
Woo!
The scene cuts,
Yes.
and she's inside the apartment. Diaz and Valentina are locked in a deadly struggle. Valentina slashes wildly, her eyes wide with rage. "If I can't have you, Diaz, no one will!" she screams. Diaz catches her wrist, twisting it until she drops the knife. But in a scuffle, the blade grazes her side, tearing through his shirt and drawing blood. He shoves her back, sending her crashing into the glass coffee table. And the slash is like dramatically cuts his shirt, so that way you can see his six packs.
Oh yeah,
Under the
like in
shirt.
Star
And there's
Wars,
just like it's long,
when
but
Padme gets cut and it's like all midriff.
yeah, exactly. Oh, Inspector Garcia, she says, her voice low and dangerous. "Oh, where did I come from?"
I missed something. I
Sorry.
rewind.
Sorry. Hold on. Without looking back, Diaz clutches his bleeding side and flies out the door, leaving Valentina screaming his name. Diaz! Scene fades to black. Now we hear back to Don Alejandro. Wheels himself over to his ornate mahogany desk. He picks up a gold heavy-plated telephone and dials a number. "Inspector Garcia," Alejandro says, his voice low and dangerous. "I need your services. My horse was poisoned, and I believe the killer lies under my own roof." Suddenly, the line goes dead. Alejandro looks down.
Run, Alejandro!
The phone
run!
cord has been cleanly snipped. Someone's in the house. The scene shuffles back to Diaz, stumbling down a dark, rain-slicked alleyway, holding his bleeding side. His vision is blurring. He collapses against a brick wall, sliding down to the pavement. We hear the sounds of footsteps approaching. A pair of elegant but soot-covered boots step into his line of sight. Diaz looks up, his vision clearing just enough to see Aitana looking down at him. "You look like you're having as bad a night as I am," Aitana says, extending a bloody hand to him. Paths cross in the shadows of the city. What will happen when Aitana and Diaz join forces? Who cut Don Alejandro's phone line? Find out on the next episode of La Pasión Dorada.
This show's fantastic.
And no, Veronica doesn't call.
While I was watching it, eating popcorn and things, I've taken off my nice new clothes that I just got, and I'm like pressing them with an iron, hanging them up nicely, like in my living room in just my boxers.
Okay. Nice. All right. I'm sorry. I don't have. What?
That's fine.
Okay. Much planned here. So we'll say eventually, 12 or whatever a.m. rolls
I
around.
have more things I can do
Okay, go ahead.
in those like 6 hours.
That was a long
Moxie's
time.
just gonna look through the files that she has to find the arcade camera footage, surveillance footage.
Okay.
To help with
right.
her news story. While she waits for Kammi to wake up, if Kammi wakes up tonight.
Right. Gotta open my notes here. Okay, there's the security schedules and logs folder, which you will need to decrypt. I don't know if you did yet.
No, not that one.
Okay, go ahead.
That was not a good roll. 16.
16?
Yeah.
Okay. That's enough. But it does take
Okay.
you four hours to do.
Sure.
Okay. Eventually, after a long night sipping coffee, cracking codes, you open up the security schedules and logs. There are or video files. One is dated June 24th. And it says there's an entry like the security officer's notes, minor disturbances near the poker tables, subject ejected, no escalation. It's just a video of that person getting kicked out of the casino. There's another one where it shows the kind of, well, actually, no, it shows the SWAT team entering the casino and the chaos. This is the initial one. Giffy's character and the other team. The second cameras bust in. There's the bedlam that goes on in the scene, and you see the crew from the cleanup crew arrive, and all of your stuff is caught on that camera as well, or at least what happened downstairs. The second crew enters, and you can see them clearly shooting other NCPD officers, and then the cameras are taken out.
Only
There's
'cause you brought
also
it up.
there's a note in here, which you
Sure.
might find interesting. The Toxic Kings are no longer welcome in the casino. If you see any on the premises, please inform security to have them removed.
Was that around the same? Was that the same date that someone got kicked out?
Yeah,
Do I know the person who got kicked out?
you don't know any of the Toxic Kings.
Okay. I'm just I didn't want to assume it was a Toxic King. That seemed to be the connection, but
Oh,
it
I
didn't
see.
have to be.
Well, I guess I was thinking it might not be, but
Yeah. But
you
he's
don't know
not
the
wearing a
person.
vest or anything that has any logo or
Yeah, it doesn't say, "Hey, I'm a
gang
Toxic King."
colors. Yeah, you could have a crown.
What would it
with
be?
green acid? I
TK?
don't know. Yeah, with the TK. Why not?
I just made my gang sign.
Okay. Cool.
Or wait, would it be this way? I don't know if this hand's that adroit.
Yes, games.
No.
All right. No more.
Okay. That should put us all about the right thing.
Yep.
For everybody to get together.
So, I guess as I'm leaving this Kennedy, I'll be like, I'll message, got news from Swag. We should meet.
Yeah, let me finish up here.
Let's say, who do you text, or do you text everybody individually?
Everybody individually. Moxie would be first.
You would get back. K, when, where?
On the way back. So, what is it? Like 20 minutes, 30 minutes from the Nook?
10, I think.
10? Okay.
It's the short
Not a
distance.
lot of
Christianity is
traffic.
far.
It's not far.
Okay. Say 15 minutes. Me and Deep's place.
See you there.
When I text the others, it'll be like, "Hey, can we meet in 15 minutes at our place?"
And I respond like, yeah, let me finish up what I'm doing. I'll be there.
I assume you're texting Kammi too. She says,
Mhm.
yeah, all right.
I would include Rex in all of that, but I don't necessarily expect an answer from him.
Oh, he says, do you need me?
You might want to know what we found.
All right. Takes you guys maybe 30 minutes, an hour, get all together and met up. Where are you meeting again? Sorry, I missed it.
Takes like 15 minutes for us to gather at Checkers and Deeps' place.
I don't think it matters, but sure.
Yeah, at Checkers and Deep's place.
Okay.
I'm going to start making coffee the moment I walk in their door.
Okay.
That's
I am
probably a good
redressed,
idea.
by the way. I'm not still in my boxers.
Oh man.
Oh,
You realize you could hang out at our apartment in your boxers
He's-
and no one would question it, right?
he's in his
Right.
Diaz cosplay with the half riff shirt.
I've added the new cut. I start passing out coffees.
Hi. So
Hi.
we decrypted some of the stuff. And I don't know, this is Deep's area of specialty, but good news, bad news. Good news, the try before you buy BD things probably can't like actually physically control people.
Good.
But bad news, we do not have a way to counteract what they have done without a whole lot more information and probably access to where the pings program's coming from.
That's a problem.
Yeah, basically, instead of being like full control over somebody, it's more like they stimulate certain areas of the brain that are give like good feelings to you of what you had in the past, like in your deep memories, and then it creates those deep memories for whatever they want you to buy / like when people say I love Arasaka out of the blue, it hijacks the good feelings from the old memories and puts them on that. So it's not a full mind control, but it makes you 100% predisposed to liking that. Now I did have one particular idea to see if we could get some more information, is because they're basically, and it's not a software based thing, it's actually hard coded into the chip. So that's what makes it even more challenging.
It also explains why they don't need to have the chip after its initial use.
Correct.
Well,
No, wait.
hold on.
That doesn't make sense.
That
to
doesn't
me.
make sense.
If it's
If-
hardwired into the chip, then the chip needs to stay in with them. So they can't just be watching this off a BD wreath.
If you've modified somebody's behavior to react a certain way, you wouldn't need to keep modifying it if you've already taught the brain.
Well, I don't think that's going to be necessarily sudden. And what if they want to make changes?
They would need to re-interact with the chip at that point.
Which, if the chip is not in them,
They
Then
would
they
be
can't do
unable to
that.
do. Yeah, it would be a one-time right, basically. But yeah,
Which
can
is
they do
why
it with other emotions?
happening.
I believe so, because it would be a similar effect. But we also, though we don't have the correct information for this, we believe that there probably is 2 types of chips.
Yeah, we know. But so all they
Well, that's what I was going to point out, is that chip doesn't sound like the other chip we encountered.
Yeah.
do you know if the try before you buy is a one-time right, or is it somehow encouraging people to install this chip and they can change it whenever they want, or add to it whenever they want?
Currently, Dr. Cross is trying to figure out the algorithm to see how that specifically works. But as from what I would get with preliminary data, I would say that it is most likely just, in this case, with that, is it would be like predisposing somebody to. Yes, it would be what you're saying. Yes.
I asked a question that was A or B option, so yes doesn't really work.
This one is like a light version of probably the heavier one that we have encountered
Okay,
as well.
We don't
I'm sorry,
think they
let
can
me be
alter
clear.
this. We don't think they can alter this current programming. They would have to do a new thing for that. I don't think that they can connect and change what's already there.
Thank you. But
Is
we
it-
don't know exactly what they programmed that first time. Okay.
Basically, I believe that the wreath type stuff that they're doing, yes, is a one-time use thing, whereas the people who are chipped probably keep getting direction and different feeds from some sort of host.
Yes.
Which
That makes sense.
I would like to, after seeing some of the code and everything, I believe it might be possible to trace, piggyback on some code that if we could find somebody who was sending to the home, we might be able to track that. Just like they would be able to track the person in reverse.
Right. I know more about the brain stuff than I do the technology stuff, but I think I get where you're at.
Find out where the signal's coming from.
Right, with enough people doing it, so like if we had enough of the info going back in, we could pinpoint exactly where it is. It's basically the same way they would do it, just in reverse.
But you would need someone that has a chip constantly installed as opposed to anyone that just picked up a try before you buy.
Correct.
And this is under the assumption that we don't know where the signal is coming from and have 0 guesses?
It was just based off the code that I saw on the screen and how it's being sent.
This is some pretty high level shit, though.
It's
Oh, insanely high level shit. It is micro coding. It's not even soft.
I don't mean to
it's
nitpick here, but that means low. That's low level.
Well, but
Okay.
Just saying.
Welcome to the problem, guys, that we've been facing. Apparently, you weren't aware of all of this?
not to this extent, no.
Why?
Seriously?
I'm not saying I wasn't aware.
Why-
I'm saying
why
now
are we
it's
doing this
just
right
a
now?
lot more real.
Let's focus on the task.
Alright, so what's the next step? What's the plan?
Well, if we want to do anything about this, we need access to where the program's coming from, which means finding it, which means if we're talking about Deep's method, finding someone who's chipped who we can keep tame.
or
Is that correct?
correct. Or another thought would be like the brains for the mechs. What about finding out where they're being transmitted from? And it could be a very similar thing.
I mean, that one, we at least have a brain in our hands. That said, it's not active at the moment.
Right.
And I don't know. I personally want to test and see if that thing we have, the static recording, could shut them down. But again, I don't want to try that until we've done everything else we can with the brain, because if we shut it down and if it's like meant to destroy, then we'll lose the brain.
Right, that would be bad.
So we could try and see what we could track from there. That's kind of on
a
YouTube.
side note, if we haven't powered up the brain yet, can we avoid powering it up here?
Yeah, I wasn't planning on.
All right,
doing
it's just
that.
my house has been blown up a couple of times, and I'm a little worried about it.
No, if we're gonna power it up, I want to take some big precautions to make sure we're somewhere not connected.
Like outside city net not connected, or
Not easily traceable back to us.
8Ball's place wouldn't be a bad place to do it.
Yeah, that would probably work.
I would want to know what's going on there before we try anything like that.
Right.
So that's a possibility. I mean, I've done almost all I can with the brain, so it's kind of in your hands, Deep Kammi. At this moment,
Okay.
until we want to start, testing that recording and things like that.
I get you.
Okay, so just looking at all the options, if you want to see if we can catch someone with a chip, there's two big things. One, where do we find one? And two, how do we keep them? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess, I mean, I don't want to deal with anybody who's conscious with a chip. No offense, but we've been hit by that weird brainwashing before, and it's not fun to deal with. And so, Wraith, you know about this kind of thing?
Yeah, I'm just wondering, what if it checks to make sure the brain is conscious to send and receive?
I mean, you're not wrong, but we won't know until we try. And
We can try heavier sedatives to sedate and then back it off if we need to.
okay, cool. See there, that helps. And you can do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's an option. We'll probably want somewhere to keep them, talk to them, hack their brain, whatever. That isn't easily connected to us.
And who's volunteering for this?
I don't know. I'm just trying to work through the options here.
Gotcha. Well, count me out of that.
Yeah, okay. So I guess, is that something we want to even try?
It's a path forward, and it may be in a lot of ways, the worst path forward, but also more productive. So
Is that something you would be up for, Moxie?
I'm curious as why we're not going to the source.
Okay. So you want to go for the source?
I mean, it's a guarantee.
Okay.
Do you know what the source is?
I mean, do we know where the source is? That's my question.
I think we're assuming it's new set, yeah.
I think it's a pretty reasonable assumption.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we don't, that's not like a lock, but it's a pretty good guess.
Okay, not necessarily the transmission. But the doctor who's creating these chips, who is specifically tweaking the ones for the people that have them installed, is
Okay.
working in the basement of NewSat. Why would we
And
not just kidnap her? If we're going to kidnap anyone, why would we not kidnap the neurosurgeon who is making the chips?
I mean, that's a really good point, which leaves me asking, why are you letting me ramble for 20 minutes? Instead of being like, hey, we could do this.
You had an option, and I did not want to discredit it. If we also means breaking into NewSat's basement that's fully trapped.
which is a bigger problem. I think
Okay.
that we could do it. We'd have to do it very quietly if we have any hope.
Do the cops watch NewSat?
They're partnered up.
That's kind of why I was asking.
We'd have to do recon to find out. We do not know.
Okay, so we have a direct idea of our source.
Or at
We
least a
just need to
relay.
figure out how to get to them. Yeah?
Sure.
Okay. So we need to see if we could get details on their building, their security, all of that kind of stuff. So surveillance, I can look up records, although a lot of them are not going to be public.
It's the basement, and there's not going to be schematics for the basement.
That's what I'm
Yeah, I was
saying.
going to ask, did we pull any information on this building from the Operation Cerberus?
No.
Okay.
But I will say you did have somebody already look into this a while back. You had Minami watch the building for a few days, and you kind of got an idea for the security route. But I mean, the data's old at this point, unfortunately.
I was just hoping that we had schematics from.
No schematics, unfortunately.
We
No, but you
have
do have directions
A
also.
path, yeah.
Yeah.
Moxie was just about to say. We have directions, in theory, to a room, if they haven't changed things. But it requires things we don't have, and I'll have to go back through my notes to see what it is. 1 or 2 key cards, and I think an eye scan, maybe.
Well, we should be able to get past the.
I don't remember.
Key card
off the top of
doors.
my head. It's
I
been
have
too
it written
long.
down.
Yeah.
One of you two kids is at Lexec, yeah? You can get past key cards?
Yeah.
With time, that's the thing.
Right. Eye scan, I know almost nothing about, so that's helpful. Is that something we can hack?
Depends on the eye. I mean, if it's a cyber eye, that's a little bit different.
We can I can
don't
bypass.
know that it's an eye. I need to double check my notes before we start making plans for things that may or may not exist.
Right. I'm just seeing if we would have those skills if that is the problem.
I can bypass any security measure. It's just about time.
That's the problem. If you want to go in quiet, it takes time to get all that open.
There are
What?
black market cyber modifications that can let you copy a retina, but we'd need the original.
Right. And unless we know for sure there's an eye scan, which Moxie said she has to check her notes.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. We don't just go around copying people's eyes in the meantime, probably.
I think
We would need
planning
the eye.
how we're going to break in is going to depend on what we need. So give me a moment to check the notes. How fast are you thinking of working on this? Because there's a lot of things that are up in the air right now. Kammi wants to hack bank information, but we're waiting on that because there's a meeting that's coming up that Deeps found out is happening sometime at the beginning of this month. There's a kill switch that needs to be tested, which doesn't have to be tested on all mechs. It can be tested on the mechs that we know exist in other warehouses, just as a note. And she looks at Wraith and kind of pauses. If you're doing something specific, forgive me, I cannot remember. We're also supposed to be planning the rebuild of the Nook. Have I forgotten anything?
I'm working on the hearts and minds, but I can see how that gets forgotten.
It seems like, well, we should get that information first, so we should probably reconvene tomorrow. I have some information for you, Moxie, as well, but we'll talk about that later.
Let's not forget that the Scud Warriors are actually coming back tomorrow.
And the
Jackers
Scud
is
Warriors are
meeting with
coming
them.
back tomorrow.
Right, so the infiltration probably won't be tomorrow.
I would think it'd probably be a few weeks off, maybe.
Yeah,
Depending
I
on
think
what
that's a
we
good
need.
planning period. Call it 2-3 weeks.
If you need anything specialized, then yeah, it's going to take that.
But we're going to
At
have
least.
Hernandez breathing down our necks pretty soon here. I'm sure of it.
I should have something to take him out by Monday.
That's good.
And I'm pretty sure that,
Awesome.
If we call Quinn, he'll take care of that problem.
Oh, well, Quinn will take care of that problem. I just don't want Quinn to take care of it while the NCPD is still backing Hernandez.
Right.
Quinn has agreed to wait until at least Monday. And Monday makes the most sense. It's when most people will have their eyes on it. So
You're gonna fuck up his week. Nobody gets fired on a Monday.
depends on how you define fired.
Well, let's hope it's with literal flames. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna break for the night. All of us are gonna check our individual notes and things. Tomorrow we'll have brunch before we head off to see the Scud Warriors. Yeah. Come up with
We
a
don't know
tentative
when they're
plan.
back.
That's why I said brunch. I assume, mid-afternoon they'll probably be home. It's rude to go to anybody's house before 10 a.m.
Amen.
I'm pretty sure Colt is going to message me.
Right. So there's time for brunch.
I was saying that I will just, keep an eye on that and let you guys know as soon as I hear from her.
Sure.
Moxie's just nodding like every half second to what Checkers is saying.
Well, on the note of rebuilding the hovel, I did manage to use some leverage and get that construction corporation to rebuild. We just need to come up with some blueprints about how we want it to look.
I appreciate that, and that's great. They kind of build weak spots into the shit they make.
I'm aware, but the leverage I used will prohibit them from doing that to us.
All right, just making sure. So
Because if our building suddenly falls, guess what? He's on the 9 o'clock news. 10 o'clock. I don't know. I don't watch the
Whatever
news.
hour you want, love.
I don't watch the news. I'm going to be honest.
You need me to start coming up with building plans?
Except for yours, Box. Yeah, we could use some sort of powwow, decide how we want it laid out and what we're going to use it for.
Okay.
There's also the matter of that arcade. It will fall at some point.
Right. It's going to need structurally supported and or removed.
And I
I'm
could
sure the
have them
construction
fix
corp
it, but
can fix it.
well, yeah, I'm gonna have them. Well, that's already been established. They'll fix it, but I want them to focus on the hovel first. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's a big hole in our rear flank. That wall isn't gonna put up with any pressure if we are, invaded
Yeah.
anytime soon.
Not
And we
to
only have a
mention that I
matter of
think-
time until they find out Blue's dead.
Probably
Right.
about a week.
Maybe.
When was that meeting?
I think June 15th. I think.
7th.
Oh, it's
you're
7th?
Right. Yeah.
Damn it.
I thought it was the 7th. I was going
I
to say the
couldn't remember.
7th, but I was like,
I've never known.
I always told Ray.
Technically,
so that
Moxie
he
doesn't
would-
know the date either because she doesn't have that information yet.
Y'all
I
need to
always
take
told
some
Braid.
fucking notes. I swear to God. Except for you, Jess. I'm leaving you out of that.
I have notes.
Yeah, you've operated Graph 3.
Uh-huh.
That's my problem. I have notes. I just can't find anything in them.
The
Oh,
7th.
hydrate and
A week.
posture check.
You
Thanks,
are
Val.
correct.
So at most a week, if they haven't already assumed
Right.
by lack of contact.
That he's captured or dead, yeah. All right. I'm gonna get back to my thing. We'll see how tomorrow goes, and then I'll try to come up with a town meeting for the neighborhood to figure out what we're doing with the hovel. Yeah.
That sounds great.
Sure.
Is that what you're thinking, Rex?
Rex.
Yeah. Sorry, I was thinking.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
One last thing before we break for the night. I'm going to step down as leader. So, however the crew wants to handle that, we should probably talk about that tomorrow. Still love
Right.
to be part of the crew, just not going
Yeah.
to be the leader.
That's fine. Talk about it during brunch.
Yeah, sure.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, I was in the middle
At this
of
point,
stuff,
Checkers
so-
just stands up and goes to her room.
I'm gonna clean the coffee cups and put them back on the shelf and then leave.
Yeah, Mark's will head out. As soon as Checkers is out of the room, she'll head out.
All right. Kammi says, all right, bye.
Right.
Good night. She heads off.
I'm gonna live tweet. Can you believe what's going on with Alejandro?
Somebody posts, it's a rerun, but yeah, that was a crazy arc.
I'm just getting to it. No spoilers, please.
You got it.
And then I go to bed.
Okay.
Moxie's going to wait to talk to Kammi.
Kammi comes in not too long after you do. Closes the door behind her. Hey, you okay?
Fantastic. You have files for me. Blues agent.
Straight to business, huh? All right.
Did you want to talk about something else?
Yeah, how about you stepping down as the leader?
I think it's the right call.
Okay. Why?
I'm not the right leader for this crew. I don't lead the way that they need a leader to lead. And I'm exhausted of talking and not being heard. And it's frankly too fucking much to walk on eggshells every time. And no, I'm done. Done. Didn't want the job in the first place, only took it because Wraith asked.
For what it's worth, I think you did a good job.
Thanks.
She goes over and gives you a hug.
Moxie hugs her back.
I'm not blaming you for that decision. I don't know. I guess I thought you'd talk to me first. That's all.
I did. Remember? I was going to lead the crew, and you told me, not the family you want, but the family you've got, so, try harder. It was a lot of try harder, Moxie, was what I got from you. And I didn't need to have that
Never said those
conversation again.
words. I never said those words.
I'm pretty sure you did when Checkers stormed out, and you mentioned that I always push people away. Pretty sure try harder was somewhere in there.
Maybe, but I don't remember. And if that's what I said, I apologize. That was not what I meant.
I have to be kinder, I have to watch people's feelings, I have to appreciate them, I have to not ask questions all the time, I have to smile more, I have to be on top of everything, I have to... It's too much. It's too fucking much. Even today, you stopped me. Why are we doing this right now?
Well, yeah, because There's just
It's information
no
they have.
point.
They shouldn't be fucking surprised by it.
Just let them be surprised. I don't know.
But I'm overwhelmed because I've been dealing with all of this. And
I know.
haven't.
I know.
And suddenly they're on the same page? And I can't be upset by that?
You can be upset.
But I have to try harder to not show it.
No.
Because I can't fight with them.
No, it's that I wanted to get to the point. I didn't want to spend an hour bickering. Because that's what it always turns into.
Which illustrates my point that I shouldn't be the leader.
I think you're just stressed, and I get it.
I think if it always turns into bickering, I shouldn't be the leader. I think that's just one more fucking reason. I'm okay with it. You guys aren't, and I don't understand why not. Like, this is a decision I'm making. I'm fine with it. So why don't you tell me why you're not okay with a decision that I'm making that should hopefully make me less stressed?
I told you why.
Because I didn't talk to you first about it.
Because I didn't know.
But you knew because you knew I wasn't happy. You knew I wasn't happy to the point that I was going to leave.
That was a long time ago, or at least it
was a
seems like
month
forever
ago.
ago.
It was a month ago.
And it feels like forever. I don't know, I tried to tell you just now that I don't blame you for making the decision.
But you wish I wouldn't have. Or that I would have told you first.
I want you to be happy.
Okay.
So if that makes you happy, then I get it.
Okay.
Seriously, I'm not just blowing steam up your ass. If that makes you happy, that's what I want for you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't sound convinced.
I'm just curious because I said, it does make me happy. This will make me less stressed. And we still bickered about things and I don't understand why. I don't make decisions on the whim. Don't know if you've noticed this about me. But if I make a decision, generally, it's because there's a lot of things backing it up.
So I wanted to talk
and
to you.
Instead of coming and saying, hey, that was shocked, I wish you would have talked to me first, but if you're happy, I'm happy for you. You came at me like a judgment. Why didn't you talk to me? I deserve to know first.
Well, in that very moment, I was pissed because you were intentionally ignoring any sort of conversation beforehand. You went straight to business after dropping a bomb. Okay? So, yeah, I didn't react right, but I was mad.
Why?
Because you dropped a bomb and then you treated me like I'm your fucking employee.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Thank you. I'm sorry too.
Don't be.
You either, then.
No, I'm sorry for treating you like an employee.
Can I be sorry that I got defensive?
Sure.
Thank you.
Anything else about me stepping down you'd like to talk about?
Just that I love you.
I love you too.
Okay. Now we can get to business. She warms up her hands, takes out her laptop, sets it on the table. She says, for starters, it's clean. No tracking devices. So, well, there's a tracking device, but it was disabled long before you would have got it.
The AV.
Oh, yeah, yes. That's what
Yeah.
I've been doing with my time.
Yeah. You pulled out the laptop. I thought you were talking about the laptop at first. Very confused. Connected the dots. We're good now.
Sorry. I should have prefaced it. Yes, this is about the AV. The reason the laptop's here is because I found a file on the laptop, and I think you're going to find it interesting.
Moxie will walk over to look over her shoulder.
Okay. She brings up a file. It's an encrypted file, log.eyes_777.sec. She has decrypted that file. Security. Arasaka counter intel. Status active. Connection lost. System directive standing order to Katrina AVI AI. If my vital signs flatline or I fail to log in for a 72-hour period, then remove this log file from your primary databanks. 2. Deliver one, in parentheses, one encrypted a copy of this file and vid.eyes_874.sec to Max. Says Max in quotes. 3. Deliver him or instruct him to deliver it to Moxie of the Gojira crew. Wire payment directly to his account through various shell companies. 4. Recode your bio. I wrote this badly, so hold on. Bio encrypted data to Moxie's, and then 4. Execute directive sanctuary and directive. File entry. It proceeds with a bunch of file entries. November 2040. Subject charter.txt. This is a separate file.
You'll give all this to me, right? So I don't have to try.
You don't need to take notes. Just pay attention to the narrative.
Okay.
Almost like a mission statement. Log. We are what remains. The fourth corporate war never ended. It just went cold. Arasaka's tower fell, but its roots in Night City are deep. Our purpose is to honor that treaty and ensure they never establish a foothold. We will cut the roots one by one. We are the bulwark. End file. File entry 3/20/2044. Subject network infrastructure phase 2 complete. The preliminary work is done. It has taken 4 years, but my web is in place. Corpo, old contacts from the war have been reestablished, providing backdoors into Arasaka's internal comms. Street, I've cultivated assets among the city's key fixer networks and info brokers. They are my eyes and ears on the ground. Grid, my data sniffers are embedded into the NCPD and City Hall networks. Badlands, inserted several long-term informants into the major nomad families and key way station operators. They provide a vital window into pack politics and Badlands traffic. The city is a sea of noise, but I am finally in a position to pick out the signal, commencing active reconnaissance on the Taka faction. File entry 8/10/2044. Subject, initial threat assessment Arasaka NC. Initial reconnaissance confirms a significant push from an internal Arasaka hardline group, the Taka faction. This is their first major play on U.S. soil since the armistice. Some of the established powers, Maeda and Yamashita, seem to be involved, but not major players. The Taka op is aggressive and well-funded. The focal point man appears to be Aoi Blue Shizuka of the Tiger Claws, the Wakagashira operating a casino inside the Tokyo Star Mall. He's acting as their primary street-level asset. Reminder, notify Kato there's a 5K dead drop with her name on it. Excellent work deserves excellent pay. File entry 12/25/2044. Subject asset vetting Gojira crew preliminary. After an informative report on the news sat operation in Watson, this appears to be the primary target of their operation. I've been investigating a small local team called Gojira on the street. They're chaotic but effective. The apparent leader is a nomad named Maisie Elizabeth Davies, alias Moxie. Red flag, cross-referencing her known associates, Copper Mamba's pack, with archives. Members of her pack returned from an old Arasaka research depot in the Badlands a year ago. She and her network could be compromised and cannot be trusted. They are to be considered a liability. File entry 1/12/2045. Subject asset vetting Gojira continued. After further investigation, an unknown rival pack hit the Mamba's camp a while back. Total extermination. Reports indicate a single survivor, Davies. This wasn't a single nomad skirmish. It was a professional cleanup. Arasaka is perhaps trying to tie up its loose ends. This new data indicates the liability has been neutralized. Tragic. But this also creates an opportunity. Davies is no longer to be considered compromised. She's a potential asset with a powerful motive for revenge. Note on Davies' fixer, Zuri. Davies was set up in NC by a fixer named Zuri. Zuri has deep ties to the Copper Mambas, but is known to sell high-grade info. It is rumored she sold out the Copper Mamba's location to a nomad within the Roamers pack, but this is unconfirmed. Zuri is a potential vector for leaks and must be monitored. File entry 1/13/2045. Subject asset recruitment Moxie. The asset was critically wounded in a firefight related to her line of work. Lung shredded. I've brokered a deal. My funds for a full Biodyne lung replacement at a private clinic. It's a significant expense, but it's the perfect leverage. She gets her life. I get a foothold in the local scene. She is now my primary point of contact for the Gojira crew. File entry 1/20/2045. Subject asset vetting Gojira crew. Secondary analysis. Now that Davies is on the books, vetting her team. Wraith Benjamin Johnson, rocker boy, local musician. Sister Neon is an ex-Tiger Claw. Bad blood with Aoi Shizuka. This is a useful, if indirect, connection. The asset himself appears innocuous. Kammi G. Camila Gubravino, Netrunner. Zeta Tech execs for adoptive parents, good school, but dropped out. Follows Rexwell, Maine. Her corporate ties and netrunning skills make her a high...
Moxie would stop Kammi. Just, do you want me to know this about you?
I don't think it's anything I haven't told you.
Okay. I'm assuming you've read all this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Any flags on the others?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
She would be reading this, but I'm not going to do that voice for this whole fucking thing.
Oh, yeah, no,
Okay.
that's fine. I realized that Moxie does actually care about privacy and personal details, and what's yours is yours, so...
Fair enough.
Now that she knows, like, she's got more information possibly on Wraith's sister than Wraith has, she feels a little guilty about this. So, like, okay, hang on.
Okay, hold on. Where was I? Her corporate ties and net running skills make her a high-value asset, but her loyalty seems to be to Maine, not the crew. He obviously didn't update this. She is, however, romantically entangled with the asset Frankenstein, which seems to be a secondary and potentially unstable point of cohesion. Casanova casts Frankenstein solo.
Yep.
Former military freelance black ops, capable martial artist, family-ran Alphatech, Cybertech. Lost company to Auckland Augmentics after a lost prototype. Motivated by revenge, but his corporate ties are dry. Maintains a personal relationship with Gabravino. This link is a potential liability, as a loss of either asset would likely compromise the other. Monitor this progression. Angus Campbell, solo. Currently captured by Streamline, a NewSat operative. The Shady Acres apartment building he managed was destroyed. Davies' own reporting has clued me into potential foul play. His parents, Thomas and Vivian Campbell, have deep ties to Arasaka, filmed commercials, maintained contact. This connection is critical. Overall assessment? I thought I had checkers in here. I guess I don't. Oh, wait. No. Hold on. A dysfunctional, volatile mix of assets. Held together by Davies' drive and Gabravino's connection to her local fixer. High risk, high potential. But it's important to note you can never trust edge runners. File entry 128-2045. Subject, asset, Gojira / counter op intel. Gojira is working in concert with Sony Nomura, Aoi Shizuka's enemy, and planning an op to take out Shizuka. This is premature. His removal now would only alert the Taka faction that they have a leak. They would simply slot in a new, unknown asset. Kato's ties to Shizuka is too valuable as an intel source to be removed yet. Action. Contacted the leader's crew, Moxie. Fed her counter op to neutralize the threat, Sony Nomura, instead. A necessary diversion, and the benefits are twofold. Remove Nomura and incriminate Mark Codsworth to see what Shizuka is truly up to. File entry 2/15/2045. Subject, asset, Gazira / op Fallout. While the mission was successful, Casanova was KIA. An unfortunate happenstance, but a necessary cost. This event has fractured the team's cohesion. Gabravino has left the crew, heading into Northern Oregon to help her family. This removes a valuable asset from the board, but also removes an unpredictable variable, Nomura. Continue monitoring Gabravino. File entry 2/20/2045. Subject, Project Bullet. I think I messed up the time here, but anyway. K101-X units. Intel confirms Taka is moving heavy hardware into NC. Designation, Project Bullet. Payload is K101-X mechanized units. Heavily geared security drones. The network they run on is secured and hard to find. This is their real muscle. Action. My Gojira assets are effective enough, but this requires a hammer. The Scud Warriors Nomad Pack are hungry and hate corpse. Leaked the manifest and routes to them. They'll handle the disruption. Plausible deniability is key. File entry 3/3/2045. Subject, Gojira problems. More problematic news. Key assets, Davies and Johnson, have been captured by a known XBD manufacturer named Voight, working out of the Jackal's Lantern, while investigating the disappearance of some local girl. This is an unacceptable loss of my primary intel gathering unit. While Rexwell is valuable as an asset, he also operates under his own honor code and is unreliable to handle this issue on his own. Action. Leak information to via Bravino's family. When she returns, she'll be able to command the two new additions to the Gojira team. Checkers. Nisha. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Chowdhury? Tech. Ex-Biotechnica family. Nomad trained. skilled tech, but seems passive, easily manipulated. Deeps, Matthew Anderson, Netrunner. Unknown quantity. Anderson gang ties, murdered in the Shady Acres bombing. Vengeance, motive is unfocused. He seems distracted by the city. Impulsive, unreliable. File entry 3-4-2045. Subject Gojira problems resolved. The Gambit worked quicker than expected. Gabravino returned, utilizing the new assets, rescued both Davies and Johnson. Primary assets are back online. Operation continues. The added benefit, the XBD operation has been notified, and the team now has data on something called Fresh Slate, which I can later investigate. File entry 3-14-2045. Subject, surveillance compromised asset activation. A significant setback. Davies located and purged my surveillance backdoors in her gear. Either she's more paranoid than I thought, or she had help. My primary direct intel feed on the crew's internal chatter is now blind. This, combined with her close-to-the-chest attitude, is an unacceptable operational risk. Action. Time to pivot. If I can't have eyes on Davies, I'll have ears next to her. I'm activating the asset Rexwell Main. My vetting in January noted his strong connection to his mother. I've dispatched a team to her residence, not to harm, but to be seen. A carefully worded message about how chaotic the city is, and how easily a good son could secure her protection by cooperating, should be the leverage I need. He is now my primary intel source for Gojira's ground-level movements. Note, this connection is tentative at best. Rex's strange sense of honor may prove problematic. Further assets may need to be exploited. Neighborhood surveillance may be a better avenue. Consider tapping phone lines. File entry 3-20-2045. Subject complication. Project Bullet, an unexpected development. The Scud Warriors have, on their own accord, subcontracted Moxie and her crew to assist with the Bullet convoy op. This is a chaotic variable, but useful. It allows me to see how Gojira handles high-grade corporate hardware without my direct involvement. Monitoring. File entry 4-3-2045. Subject, Project Blood Red Herring. Davies and Gojira seem to be focused on the Nomura angle instead of the real threat. It is a distraction. Action. Eliminate Sony Nomura and remove any further investigation into the false evidence I had Davies install onto his network incriminating Mark Codsworth. File entry 4-10-2045. Subject, Fresh Slate Analysis. Interesting. The Fresh Slate project was a product under the development by Mea Culpa and later picked up by Arasaka in Night City. Initially, its development was to treat depression symptoms. However, the side effect proved devastating to the psyche. The NPM, neural pathway mapping algorithm, however, was picked up later by Dr. Evelyn Berman for her research into treating loneliness. This seems to be related to NewSat, as the Jackal's Lantern main supplier of these chips is via Streamline, the NewSat operative. File entry 4-20-2045. Subject, Fresh Slate Analysis continued. Berman was released by her colleagues at the university for her unethical research into Fresh Slate. She later disappeared. Evidence suggests that our target has picked up Evelyn. Whether for this purpose or not is unknown at this time. What would they be doing with the NPM algorithm? File entry 5-5-2045. Subject, the civilian network. After intensive research and analysis, the conspiracy's infrastructure is becoming clearer. The target, Dr. Berman, is to work on a derivative of the old Fresh Slate project. The fronts, Thomas Campbell's Oasis chain, Mary White at NewSat for media cover, and Jade Johnson as the public face. The old guard, ousted. The former city manager, Mark Codsworth, was too corrupt and unreliable. Reneges on deals. To be a useful asset. Given NewSat's heavy criticism of him, I need him removed to see their plan come into fuller view. The puppet installed. They selected Timothy Bridgeford, old alderman lawyer, as his replacement. His clean record and anti-crime stance made him the perfect mannequin to be controlled. The enforcement. The operation is being protected by corrupt elements in the NCPD, led by Deputy Chief Eduardo Hernandez, a former Militech general who switched sides. The rest of the NCPD command, Check, Ramsey, Pole, appear to be either clean or too low level to be involved. Hernandez is the key. The ex-Tiger Claw Aoi Shizuka seemed to be handling other enforcement operations, involving housing the K-101X mechanized units in warehouses. I forgot an S here. Never mind that. On the Watson waterfront. Oddly, Shizuka is also working closely with a Maelstrom ganger that goes by the name Hacksaw. File entry 5/10/2045. Subject: the head of the snake. I have the full civilian network. I have the political puppet. I have the Taka faction's muscle, Shizuka, and their connection to the Maelstrom needs further investigation. But the plan and the center of the web are still a ghost. All my points lead back to a single high-level Taka operator coordinating this, but they have no name, no face, no presence in the NC hierarchy. Maid and Yamashita are now dead, presumably, but confirm this later. A reasonable assumption after their failure. This ghost is a true head of the snake, the Taka faction's primary contact. All my resources are now focused on identifying this individual. Update. Maeda knows nothing. She received her code, but it appears to have been a decoy. It does make me curious how Gojira managed to capture the bullet, but that information is irrelevant right now. File entry 5/20/2045. Subject: the plan. I think I finally understand what they're doing, though parts are still unclear to me. It seems they've been developing a fresh slate to act more subtly, as its initial implementation was problematic. Instead of direct control, which is damaging to the psyche, the fresh slate derivative is intended to be distributed via Continental Brands Oasis chains in Watson. Campbell. Through a product called Try Before You Buy. Shizuka and his band of loyalists are in charge of protecting those assets, as well as storing and protecting the K-101X units, with Hernandez running PD interference. Meanwhile, Newsat, Jade White, are subtly promoting Arasaka products. It seems that this is one massive product advertisement, perhaps influencing Maelstrom gangers and others to purchase the mechanized units. Pretty penny to be made, indeed, if they can pull it off without getting caught. File entry 5/25/2045. Subject: Operations Tiger's Den. The political pieces are in place, the hardware is moving. It is time to probe the Taka faction's direct enforcer. Action: feed information to Gojira about Aoi Shizuka's local operations, specifically this new front in the Nook. They will see it as the next logical step in their investigation. This will test Shizuka's strength and force the Taka faction to show their hand in response to a direct provocation. File entry 5/26/2045. Operation Bad Talks. I have to admit, Davies infuriates me to no end, and I lost my cool. Instead of distributing information to her, I found her continued sanctimonious attitude towards me repulsive, and I bottled up. It wasn't a pragmatic move. However, there's time to rectify this. Perhaps I should trust her and her team more, but their unprofessionalism makes me leery. Johnson has proven to be entirely unpredictable in his behavior. The rest of the team simply follow orders, if I'm being honest. My hesitance is justified, but I truly have no stronger allies in this fight at the moment. Subject: 6/1/2045. Subject: the Nook. True target. The Gojira crew have vacated the Nook following Aoi's attack. This is bad. I managed to receive intel just in the nick of time to save them from their utter deletion, but I was unable to prevent disaster to their neighborhood. Worse still, the chatter I'd track about hitting the Nook was all wrong. It's not about the crew or the mannequins. It's about the property. Mechanized units are being deployed all over Watson. They are not advertising products. This is a land grab. This changes everything. I need to investigate how deep this goes. I'm going to check the old Campbell holding office at... The log is corrupted. And it ends.
And it doesn't happen to say who his ears were in the neighborhood that was listening to Moxie.
It's pretty heavily implied that it's Rex. It doesn't say that specifically, I don't think.
But even after, if Rex did decline.
There was no... Huh?
And Rex did stop, if he did stop.
There was no entry about him stopping, but...
Yeah, fair enough.
Probably just an oversight on my part. I had a
I
lot
should
to
just
write.
let myself get captured in the police station. Been like, yep, I killed Nomura just to see what eyes would fucking do. Be like, you caused this mess. Clean it up. While she was still cyber psycho.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he killed Nomura to get you guys focused on the correct track.
Yeah, he killed him while Moxie was in an interrogation room and she almost got pinched for his murder.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, she should just let her something.
Well,
like, yeah,
to be
you know
fair-
what? Let me get arrested. Then see what he does.
To be fair, he was poisoned first and you came there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I do appreciate how much chaotic was thrown around. Very, very legit.
I think it was a fair assessment of us.
Yeah.
Sorry. Just thinking from a very pragmatic, business-focused mind here.
Mm-hmm. No, that's good.
Cool. And we will end the episode here.
All right, I do want to say before we go to bed, because we're going to probably pick up tomorrow, that Wraith is going out shopping to buy ingredients for brunch.
Okay.
I want that stated.
You got it. When I ask you next time we play, you can just remind me of this moment, which I will forget for sure. Okay. Well, good night, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the game. We will see you next time. Have a great night.
Night.